Hi guys, today I've got to show you something really cool called the cargo bay. Now if you're like me and you've been playing X-Wing for a long time, you've probably amassed quite a collection, too much to carry around in a little box anymore. And so what this is an all-in-one solution to allow you to carry everything you want to play with for the day, all your components and everything that you're going to need in one compact solution. Plus it's got a few surprises inside. So let's take a look and I'll show you how it works. Before I get started though, I want to show you just how big my collection is and how hard it is to actually transport everything. I'm actually running 2 of these cases and I've got everything from all of my plastic bases in just one container, all of my Rebel dials and bases along with some of the ships, you know, and each faction has their own case for that, and then all of my ships in the other one. So it becomes a lot, and that's not even just everything. I've also got a whole separate binder for all of my cards, and I've got all my ship cards and all my upgrade cards in there, and it just becomes a tremendous amount of stuff to lug around with me. And so that's one of the reasons why I think that this cargo bay is so fantastic. So you're probably wondering, what does it do? Well, let me show you. I'm going to start by talking about the top of this thing. And basically the cargo bay here on the top, it has these different notches. Now you can hold up to 4 ships in one square and 1/3 of it, or you can put a large ship in there as well. And it goes in just fine. And the thing that's really interesting is that these ships aren't being held in place by each other. So if you only have 3 ships, for example, they're still going to be held in by the pegs here on the side, and that's really, they're not moving at all. Like you can put that in your car and drive to wherever you're going, and it's barely going to move. Now, and also if you've got a decimator, mine is painted, but if you've got a decimator, you know how flimsy they can be and how they like to move around. I'm shaking this thing pretty tremendously, and they're not even moving. And so even if you had, you know, the most ships you can really have is 8 in a build, but even if you had it completely filled to capacity, it's got enough room for just about anything. So up to 3 large ships, or up to 12 small ships, although you really can only fly 8, and most people only fly 7 max, and that's if it's just a Howlrunner swarm. But I have flown 8 generic TIE fighters before, just for laughs. But yeah, so it's very nice. Now that's just the top. Let's talk about what else is inside here. I'm going to open this thing up, and as I open it up, you're going to see that I've got my range ruler here, I've got a tray with all of my cards and my maneuver templates in here, and I've got everything else that I'm going to need to play. So I'm going to pull out my dials. Now this one is a very heavy load because I've got everything. Now what you can do though is you can tailor this to your specific needs. So I wouldn't actually need shield tokens if I was flying TIE fighters, but I would definitely need focuses and evades. I have those in here. I've got my dice over here. I've got stress tokens. I've got every token that I might ever need in here, and I still have room to spare. I've got my damage deck over here. Depending on upgrade cards or whatever, I would put all of those in this tray as well. And I have everything right as I need it set up on the side of the table for me to grab. Oh, did I focus? Okay, no problem. Let's pull out a focus. Oh, did I target lock? Okay, no problem. I'll pull out a target lock. So whatever you need, and you can tailor this to your list, and you can go back to your actual whole collection, tailor this to exactly what you're going to need for a tournament or a league game or just a day of casual play, and fit everything in here. But I have basically everything. I've got everything from cloak tokens to the munitions fail-safes to everything else that I could need. So mine's even a little more crowded than you'll be, and I still have room. I also want to show you this maneuver template tray. See, I have a problem when I play a lot of times is that I'll line up my maneuver templates and they end up getting all messed up. So I'll start off with them all lined up, my 5 next to the 4, next to the 3, next to the 2, next to the 1, and halfway through the game it's just a big mess. Well, this tray here, you flip it over and all these grooves in here are just fantastic. So I'm going to show you what this does. You line your straights up here on the end. And this is just, it's going to keep them all organized, and it's going to keep them looking pretty flashy, as a matter of fact, and really help you save space and not lose any, because I also tend to lose my ones quite a bit, more than I should. And let's see, I think the 3 curve goes there, the 2 make, and then the 1, and just like that. And then we're going to do my hard turns right there, and look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So now you've got everything you need to play all in an all-in-one solution that you can set up on the side of the board and have everything readily accessible. You'll never lose, oh, where's my one forward again? There's a spot for it. And as soon as you're done, you put it right back into its spot. I love this. I think it's very fancy and it would look really, really good too with acrylic templates. For this video, I just wanted to use all the default stuff, but acrylics would look really good in there too. Everything that you've got for the day fits in here just perfectly. So I think it's amazing. And then as soon as you're done, you just flip it over and you can load everything back up in here. I'll put my cards in there first and then put everything else in here and pack the whole thing up and get ready to move to the next table or wherever else I'm playing. If I'm get paired up with somebody else or if I'm packing up to go home. Just slide everything in. And then you're ready to go. And if I was flying my 8 TIE fighters today, I'd be ready to go home or move to the next table. The only limiting factor to something like this, because you're going to keep all your ships on top, and they are pretty sturdy and sturdy enough, is if you like to peg your ships really high, you may want to just consider pegging them down a little bit for transport and keeping the pegs right here in the drawer. And then once you get to where you're going, once you're at the store or at the table, feel free to peg them up higher. But I probably wouldn't have a 3 or 4 high peg ship on something like this while I put it in the car for transport. And that's really the only limitation, but that's not really much. That's more of a common sense thing to me. But yes, I mean, I think it's pretty durable. I'm even moving to side here, and it doesn't move around at all. So, and another thing you can do is you can set them up in different formations. Like if I wanted all of my ships in the front rank, I can just line them up in the front rank, and there we go. And maybe I want this guy on the side here to protect the flank. And so just for fun while you're waiting, you can kind of set them up in different ways. But I really like this thing, especially if I'm going to an event where I'm going to be playing multiple games. Sometimes it's hard to carry all my X-Wing stuff and all my Destiny decks and also Armada or something like that. And now I can bring multiple games easier because I can just stack this next to something else, and put them all in one box or whatever. So I really like the small portability and compact and really the efficient use of space in this thing. It's just everything's just right there. So it's fantastic. So if you're interested in getting a cargo bay for yourself, I've got good news for you. They're on Kickstarter, so I'm going to be posting a link to the Kickstarter in the description below so you can back and secure one for yourself. I think they're pretty awesome, and I hope you enjoy it as well. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe to see more cool X-Wing stuff, this is the right place. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.